Hola, hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Les doy la más cordial, la más sabrosa y la más ganosa bienvenida a una transmisión más aquí en el canal. Continuando con Dragon Age The Veilguard. Lo prometido es deuda, así que estamos ya aquí enfocados, concentrados y listos para seguir avanzando con la campaña y también con misiones secundarias para ir conociendo más a los personajes, ir sabiendo qué es lo que nos depara el destino aquí en toda esta situación y todo este problema que se está dando con los dioses que liberamos en un inicio del juego. Así que sin más vamos a continuar justo donde nos quedamos la vez anterior. Y nada, espero que lo disfruten, espero que se la pasen bien. Ya saben, mándenme por ahí sus mensajillos, déjenme sus comentarios. Y nada, vamos a darle continuar. La verdad, hasta el momento me ha parecido entretenido el juego. Sigo encontrando como mucho odio alrededor del mismo en internet. Y entiendo que es por la situación de toda la cuestión de de lo inclusivo y de todo esto. Que parece como si fuese forzado. Pero la realidad es que el juego me ha parecido entretenido. Llevo ya 18 horas jugándolo y no me ha aburrido, no me ha parecido aburrido, no me ha parecido lento. Sí hay algunas cosas que me han resultado como pues forzadas, sí, pero hasta ahí, nada más. Ahora vamos con Nev. Conoce mejor a Nev. Reúnete con Nev en Ciudad Portuaria. Nev se sincera en una visita a su barrio natal, Ciudad Portuaria. Esto nos conviene seguir haciéndolo porque seguimos creciendo y mejorando las relaciones con nuestros personajes para que vayan subiendo de nivel.
Are we here for the shadow dragons? I trade news with the shadows, but it takes more than one source to get along here. Besides, I was doing this before they came knocking, before Varric too, right here in Docktown. Take it away. I'm ready for the full tour. We've been here before. The tour where I get to look around and not chase cultists or fight demons? Wouldn't that be something? Come on. There's paper sellers all over here. Want to see if they got your name right? Most papers don't say much, but read between the lines and you pick up a thing or two. I'm not here as much lately. I'll take what news I can get. Let's grab a few copies. We'll see if we can find Balara's serials, too.
Las novelas de Velara.
All right. So
vamos.
Before the shadows, you worked for... Same as now. People who find me and have jobs worth taking. Docktown people, runaways, the desperate. And you do this on your own? I've got contacts, informants, people I cross paths with, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's just me. Okay, keep an eye out for paper sellers. We'll start on the north side of Lower City. How many do we need? Don't worry, I'm paying.
Un espectáculo de contorsionismo y música esta noche en el humilde farolero. Compra periódicos en el norte de cruce del embarcadero. Problemas en el palacio. ¿Acaso guarda secretos el arconte? Han surgido preguntas después de que el arconte abandonara la asamblea de manera abrupta, pero esos interrogantes no son ahora más que hipótesis sin fundamento. Muchos maestros han contactado conmigo para asegurar a mis leyentes en los rumores de la influencia del culto en los asuntos del palacio falsos.
Several lies. How did you fall in with the shadows? I'd worked with some of them before. Not that they were upfront about it. What changed? I was after a missing person. The Viper was hunting slavers. Our paths had the same end. And your missing person? Free and breathing when we finished. The
Mito o realidad. Abundan las historias sobre la figura enmascarada que vela por minrados, aunque hay quien cuestiona la existencia de a quien llaman la víbora, o si se trata de una persona o de varias. Los avistamientos de esta extraña figura han aumentado por toda Ciudad Portuaria. Entre la cascada de demonios y los problemas de un día a día, mucha gente agradece su presencia.
So most of the time you work here alone. You like it that way?
Another rebellion? Here's what we know.
Easier. But you like us, right?
You're all right.
¿Qué hay acá?
What happened in Martis Pell? First-hand account.
Lista de ideas para historias de la verdad semanal. Investigación secreta en el círculo que está ocultando nuevas traducciones de las tablillas de las catacumbas. Un antiguo error de traducción nos llevó por el camino equivocado. La detective de Ciudad Portuaria puede hablar con los gatos. Pistas de felinos en casos importantes. Hay gente de serpiente entre nosotros. Vamos de regreso.
Another rebellion? Here's what we know.
One paper, thanks.
Esperanza para el movimiento antiesclavista. Los rumores de una exitosa rebelión en Marnaspel han llegado hasta las calles de Minrathos. A la luz de los preocupantes informes procedentes de todos los rincones del imperio, esta noticia es un rayo de esperanza para quienes siguen luchando en nuestra capital.
I've got a contact who works this area. Let's see if he's around.
Sigue a Ned, ok. Vamos.
You've got a good eye.
Okay. The charm's good against all manner of curses and manipulation. Fair price. And you won't find better in the Circle District.
You won't find better at the Circle, but you will off the docks. For half the price and twice the enchantment.
Nev.
Alec?
Oh, if you say it's... thanks. I'll pass. Sorry.
Hey, if I'd known, I would have told you. Come back next week. I'll buy another paper.
I write them myself. The Magisters. They don't print the truth.
Most honest thing I'll hear today. What about you? Is it something you're buying, my friend?
He venido cuando esté viendo una estafa yo a ti.
Rook, and no. But I've got a Treviso manor in need of tenants if you're willing to pay up front.
You know, I've made that one work. Can't go back to Voldorma, though. What about you, Nev?
Just looking for gossip.
Not much that'd interest you.
We chased a relic through Docktown. The buyer was Venatori, but the smuggler belonged to the Thread Crime Syndicate. You're a thread?
We don't deal with cultists. Your smuggler broke the rules. She's out.
And the Venatori?
There's been more in Docktown. Boss says it's under control. But between us, I don't like it.
Then it's worth keeping an eye on. If you hear anything.
So will you.
You know a member of the Thread Crime Syndicate, personally?
Don't tell me you're surprised.
Es que se me quizá un poco. Su trabajo parece complicado. No me sorprende.
That doesn't get complicated?
What isn't?
I've heard some people have their shit together.
They don't. Some just keep it hidden. And others make the papers. Let's go. If we want more gossip, we need more papers. Let's head to the south side.
A ver. ¿Para dónde? Compra periódicos en el sur del cruce del embarcadero.
Docktown your whole life?
Since I was born. Unless I'm out of the city for a job. Had a few apartments around town. The current one, it's not the lighthouse, but it's mine.
¿Qué es esto?
You've been an investigator for a while.
It's not a short story.
You've made it this far. Is there a secret?
Trust people enough to get things done, not enough to get you killed.
Sounds simple enough.
That's the trick.
¿Qué secretos había en la caja pintada? ¿Conocerán la verdad nuestros héroes? Seguro que quieres saberlo. Lee el siguiente capítulo de La Cuchilla Perversa aquí.
You know, Varric hired me not far from here. Come on, Slick. Stop a ritual. Say
Casi lo cierro sin leerlo. El secreto del imperio. Una aventura amorosa de los más escandalosa. Estaba en la moneda de plata uno de los miembros más famosos de los magos del círculo. Es la misma persona que frecuenta los grupos de apuestas más interesantes de Ciudad Portuaria. ¿Y quién era su misteriosa amistad? Cuando tenga respuestas mi cordial leyente, lo sabrás.
I think we've got enough.
What now?
Now I'm starving, and I know the best place in the city.
Bueno, te sigo entonces.
Huh? Yeah.
Siento que hasta ahorita esta
Lighthouse
como
doesn't
que
have this.
no ha añadido mucho
But I use the
contexto.
water. I don't know, it helps me think. But we've got places to be. Come on.
Ah, yo pensaba que era a la izquierda. Se veía bien.
You. This fish won't eat itself.
¡Hala! ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué le pasó a mi cabello?
I said next time you were here, it was free.
Sure thing, Hal. Next time.
Yeah. It's always something.
Joining Varric. Us. Do you really wish you'd said no?
No. I just have a bad habit of picking jobs that go sideways. I think I'd learn.
I'm the same way. Taking jobs that go wrong. I'm basically a walking disaster.
So you're saying I'm a disaster?
I'm saying you're not alone.
Varric said this job would end with Solas. We'd stop a ritual, then I'd walk away. But those gods escaped. Not much of a win. And if the world falls, the city goes too. It's not like I'll find work then.
Is that why you said yes? To save Minrathous?
People will tell you Minrathous is broken. And they're right. It's corrupt, petty. Saving the world won't fix it. I take the small wins, Rook. Hal's serving fish another day. Getting past the next scrape alive. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you get more. But the tables always turn. It's better if you know it's coming.
Más, pero siempre hay un revés y es mejor de que lo habrá. No haré que pasen cosas. No siempre es así.
Sometimes luck sticks.
You believe that? Then I've got a Treviso manor to sell you who needs a good tenant.
I'm not a mark. I'm serious.
I know. We managed to keep out of trouble. Let's get back before that changes.
Esta misión secundaria o esta misión de personaje estuvo 2-2. Un estudio de Ciudad Portuaria. Neb se puso un día en las noticias de Ciudad Portuaria y se reunió con su contacto en la red. Él le comentó que últimamente se ven más Venatori por la ciudad y que si se entera de algo más ella no tarda en saberlo. Después de disfrutar de su puesto de pescado frito favorito, Neb reveló que sus trabajos suelen torcerse, así que espera lo peor y busca las pequeñas victorias. Notas exhaustivas complementan Neb inusual. Inuso. Los enemigos tienen un menos 25% de toda su resistencia mientras sufren congelación. ¡A la madre! Ah, mira. Ya me lo subo de nivel. Sombras de la Ruina. Historia. El equipo sigue una pista que revela datos inquietantes sobre la propagación de la ruina, pero también consigue ayuda inesperada. Habla con Morrigan. Ah, pues mira, ya estoy aquí. No manches. Abre historias, zonas de la arena, algo va mal. Viaja a los pantanosos. Dabrin. Facciones y regiones. Esta medio X. Cuando sea nivel 30 voy a hacer esta. Después de esta me voy a ir a hacer la de Dabrin. Reúnete con Morgan en el cine adoquinado. Habla con Morgan.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlethan?
Indeed. But today we have a guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
La Inquisidora.
You remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the woman who led us all.
Ay, caray. Saludos.
Andaran Artishon. Anathara. I wish we could be meeting without our gods threatening to blight the world.
A blight that spreads wider with each passing heartbeat.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane. I won't let you down. Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people depending on you. I only sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Leliana, and Cullen with me from the start. Without Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus. Years later, I had to disband the Inquisition, but I never lost the friends who had gotten me through it all. Ultimately, they're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them, and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Vorlay. Valrorio and Halam Shiral are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already, if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I called in a favor with the Divine. Your mother's safe with some old friends.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might be gone, but my name still carries some weight. I've used it to get people working together where they can. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the blight.
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet her.
Ok, necesito tus conexiones, necesito tus espías, necesito un ejército.
I have a team, but not much in the way of forces. If there's any military support you can spare?
I'm sorry. Our forces in the south are stretched thin already. And I'm afraid the Grey Warden leadership doesn't think much more highly of me than they do of you.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. She brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solas's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the veil. To him. Somehow.
Solas is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Trajeron la encrucijada y compruebe si se ve atraída por algo del faro, quizá nos dé algo. Oh, Solas está ayudando.
Solas is trapped in the Fade. He's not my biggest concern at the moment.
Solas is trapped in your dreams, and while he cannot match Elganon or Gillenane in strength, he is far more cunning. He is the Dreadwolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many times do you think the gods thought him trapped and helpless?
Solas was important to me. If this statuette helps you understand him, if it uncovers something that... Honestly, I don't know. I wish I did. But this feels like a part of him. And whatever he and I once were, I think... I hope... it might help you.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
Por un momento pensé que sí íbamos a ir al sur a intervenir con esos ejércitos. Ya me lo estaba imaginando como todo bien épico. Reúnete con Eka y Atan en los pantanos de Hosberg. Viaja a los pantanos de Hosberg y a través de la encrucijada. ¿Qué? ¿Y ya? ¿Eso fue todo? No mames. Vaya. Algo va mal. Viaja a los pantanos de Hosberg a través de la encrucijada o el viaje rápido. O sea, nada más fue una charla. Ah, bueno. Pero se supone que... Mundo, el faro... Se supone que me dieron la estatuilla para ir al faro y ver si ocurría algo. Entonces, pues vamos a ver. Nueva misiva disponible. Tras el dragón. Rook. La ruina de Entreviso es peor de lo que pensábamos. Toda esperanza de ver lo que fue esta ciudad, incluso durante... Escrito de la ciudad de Nevarra. Escrito de la ciudad de Nevarra para Rook y el profesor Volkarin. Los vigías van a enviar esta carta por mí. Soy el hombre que antes era esclavo de los Venatori. Me llamo Claudus. Gracias, muchísimas gracias por detenerlos. No habría vuelto a ver el sol si no fuera por vuestra ayuda. Sé coser muy bien. Los vigías dicen que hay mucha demanda de sastres para los difuntos. Me ha parecido raro porque en Tevinter no necesitamos esas cosas, pero los vigías me han dado comida y trabajo. Nunca podré devolverles el favor y ellos tampoco, pero ayudaré a vestir a los difuntos de Nevarra. Que caminéis en la luz, Claudus, un hombre libre. Mensaje desde el frente, la lucha por el sur. Aunque las circunstancias que propiciaron nuestro encuentro no fueron las que nos hubiera gustado, me alegro de que nos viéramos. Parek me había hablado de ti, por supuesto, y Harding no deja de contarme maravillas. Sin embargo, el mayor voto de confianza me lo dio Morrigan. Siempre se le ha dado bien encontrar personas capaces de alterar los cimientos del mundo, aunque ni ellas mismas lo sepan todavía. Así que me sugirió que nos reuniéramos y, como siempre, seguir su consejo ha demostrado ser la mejor decisión. Desgraciadamente, no tengo buenas noticias. Los rumores sobre el ritual de Solas y la vida de los dioses se han extendido por el sur. Y el olor de la guerra se palpa en el aire. El Orlais, una facción independiente de la nobleza simpatizado con la causa venatoria, lanza un ataque contra los ejércitos real orlesiano y los fuertes fronterizos de Ferelden. Los corsarios Antaman persiguen los barcos que salen de Ostrich y en las espesuras más al sur se ha vuelto a aparecer la ruina. Se han visto numerosos engendros tenebrosos cerca de las ruinas de Ostagar. Pero te dije que me dejases el sur a mí y lo mantengo. No te cuento todo esto para pedirte ayuda, sino para recordarte que tú y tu gente tenéis muchísimo apoyo. Los dioses provocan los males más terribles en Tedas, pero sus habitantes siguen firmes y resueltos. Ocúpate de los dioses en el norte y yo me hago cargo del sur, y cuando todo esté acabado brindaremos por la victoria. Yo pago la primera ronda. Atentamente, la Inquisidora. Pero quiero ver qué hay aquí en el mapa. Arrepentimiento del lobo terrible. Los artefactos mágicos ofrecen al equipo la oportunidad de conocer más cosas sobre la historia de los elfos antiguos y secretos. Encuentra una forma de hacer la estatuilla del lobo en el faro. Busca más estatuillas del lobo en la encrucijada. Mira, no manches. Hay conversaciones disponibles con ellos. De hecho, casi con todos. Caray. Mira. Aquí hay cosas que puedo poner. Me falta uno. Supongo que será luego. ¿Podré subir el nivel de esta cosa? No. No, espera. Es adentro. Para platicar con el nigromante es adentro. Es adentro en el segundo piso.
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad. Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels. Fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance. How would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
What does Manfred understand exactly?
Simple things, but he grows. Spirits of curiosity are voracious learners. The more he experiences, the more sophisticated his conclusions. With guidance, of course.
Where or who did you get his body from?
There was no single donor. The arms were recovered from a charnel pit. The ribs were a gift from a dear friend. And Manfred's wisp picked out his own skull from some donations. That was quite the day. He's been fine company during my necropolis excursions ever since.
Yep, same to you.
It's just Manfred's way of saying hello. I encountered him as a wisp in the necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, are undead inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return?
Ala. Puedo pasar, es espeluznante.
Any way I can avoid answering this, please?
I'm sorry. I'm used to arguing with my colleagues in favor of the soul's return. I swear I could see it sometimes, Rook. A glint of recognition of something more in the dead.
Hey, that's my sleeve. Are you trying to steal my buttons?
As well as a certain mischievousness. Manfred.
Manfred. El nombre. Ok. A ver, vamos a hablar con los demás. Vamos a hablar con Velara, que tiene una búsqueda para nosotros. Y ya tiene rato que no hablamos con ella.
I cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
What can you say?
I
No
cannot
puedo
say.
decirlo.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see.
Rook, you're here. And I did, sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
You simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that, it's kind of mean.
I thought it was just an archive. How can it be mean?
The creator, its creator, I mean. An archive spirit takes on the personality of whoever makes it. Which, okay, that's an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions worded in specific ways. So, if you're powerful, like almost God-level powerful, how would you talk to someone you see as lesser?
Como una capulla. ¿Cómo hablarías con alguien a quien consideras inferior con condescendencia? Parece de forma contundente.
I'd probably just tell them what to do.
Right. Don't waste time on them, just get to the point. Let's try it. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenan, a steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me, and to him I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
I cannot say.
Good point. That was us.
Anaris. I know I've heard that name before.
Yeah, a Forgotten One. Remember the nursery rhymes? Don't speak their names or they'll come for you. Unlike our so-called good gods, which, well, we saw what happened there. So who knows what they really were? The Forgotten Ones. They used to say Solas was one, so best case scenario like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Could be, but still important and invaluable. Everything Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know. If I can get it to tell me.
Archive. Tell me about the Evanuris.
A group of cowards, hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending.
Anaris.
But Anaris will prevail.
Archive. Tell me about the Dreadwolf.
An ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price. When Anaris dispatches the Evanuris, he will spare a thought for Fenharel.
You've got a chance to learn more about our people. Go for it. Just be careful and try not to break anything.
Right. Thanks, Rook.
All thanks must be given to Anaris, for he will cast down the oppressive Evanuris and take his rightful place.
What a shame I can't stay longer. Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
Ok, fue solo una conversación. Pensé que iba a ser una búsqueda. Ok. No, no... ok. Ellos sí tienen conversaciones.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Please do. I need to hear an actual voice now and then.
Can't imagine why.
I'm starting to dream that I'm a griffin. Squawk.
Squawk?
Keep dreaming. It's good to have goals in life.
The real dream is getting him to take a nap. So what brings you by?
Just curious, really. Wondering what it's like being a Grey Warden. There've always been these legendary warriors living apart from the world.
Don't know about that. I spent time with people who were bad right up till they took their vow.
How so?
Weisshaupt is the last stop for the wrong sort. If you're facing prison or worse, you can always join the Grey Wardens and take your chances with the Blight.
Has your first warden always been, well...
A stubborn bastard?
One way of putting it?
He means well in his own way. He's old-fashioned. Tradition is everything. Keeps us disciplined. We never deviate from it.
He'll have to. Elganon and Gillenane won't play by his rules.
If he even believes in them. The man doesn't have much imagination. Even the right sort can be the wrong sort.
A hot meal and warm bed in Weisshaupt is better than rotting in some dungeon.
It would be, but the food's always cold, and Weisshaupt's drafty in the winter.
You're really selling it.
It gets better. When Darkspawn threaten a village, when innocent people are in danger, then we swoop in, swords held high, armor gleaming, while 100 faces look to us for salvation. And they all live to see the sunrise because of what we do.
Okay. Now I get it.
Best part is the warden fighting alongside you. Maybe they've done some bad things in the past. But after that day, it's different. There's some honor in their life where there wasn't before. Nothing like seeing redemption happen before your eyes.
We all need that chance. Put past sins to right.
It makes the warden stronger to have people in our ranks who've lived in the shadows. When the storm comes, you don't want farmers and florists fighting archdemons. It takes the wrong sort to put the world right.
Kinda like us, I suppose.
Minus the skeleton butler.
I don't know. Manfred the Warden has a ring to it.
How about we quit while we're ahead? See you around.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... Why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Tosh, what's going on? Something is clearly bothering you.
My bet's on mothers and dresses.
It's just something my mother said the other day. And I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
This isn't about the dress, is it?
No, it's... I don't know. She always says stuff like that. about how I dress, how I act.
And?
It feels right when she says I act more like a man. It feels right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
Hey, it's not stupid. I do like being a woman, but if you don't, maybe that's something to think about.
But what does it mean?
Could be about your mother's expectations, or about how it feels to be a woman and Kunari. Or maybe it's being a woman, period.
How would knowing that help? It won't change anything.
Some of my friends in Minrathous talk about not feeling comfortable in their own skin. As a man, as a woman. I could see if they'd like to talk. Maybe what they say fits how you're feeling.
Yeah. Okay. And thanks. You do look really pretty.
Oh?
To look at. I'd smudge your makeup.
Thanks for letting me down gently.
Lucanus, where is he?
Demon, no further! Isn't standing up to them supposed to work?
Let Lucanus go! Don't make us hurt both of you!
What's going on? Lucanus?
It's not Lucanus, it's the demon. It's taking him over. He's trying to leave.
Smells like jam and brimstone.
Rook, do something!
Spite, stop. You're not taking Lucanus through the alluvium.
I could, if you'd move.
So you can take him where? Off a cliff, or worse?
How did... Rook? Dash?
You tried to walk through the alluvium in your sleep.
Spite wanted out.
I need coffee.
Are you sure you're all right?
This could be better. It's hard for Spite to take control when I'm awake, so I try to stay awake.
You can't just stay awake forever. I think that would kill you.
I'll be more careful next time.
We do have magical experts here, you know. Once they put their heads together, they'll fix this.
I already talked to Nev and Bellara. Don't worry about it. This won't happen again. And thanks.
Rook, welcome to the Hosberg wetlands. I'd say make yourself comfortable.
This place is...
foreboding?
Yes. Well, foreboding is normal here, but it's worse than usual.
The Blight's always a problem in the Anderfels. It's not strange to find a corrupted patch of forest or swamp.
What is strange is the sudden surge of blight through the Hosberg wetlands. Much like the village you found, the blight here struck too quickly, and in strange forms.
It's choked the whole area, and the local village, Lavendel, was caught in it. But they're survivors. We can be grateful for that.
If the blight keeps spreading, we could lose everything.
You said what came next would be bad. That's why we're here. To help. As far as we can tell, the gods you're chasing weren't here directly.
If the Blight's really changed, then the changes are widespread. As for how much...
I can almost sense something in there. Another sound under the blight's usual song.
Stories say wardens sense blight. I never thought it was literal.
It happens when you join the Order. But that's more than I should say.
When we met, you tried to block the sound out. Now you hear too much.
If it helps, that's what we're here for.
Should I be worried?
About me? No. About the blight? Yes. But you already are.
We heard rumors of the surge here and volunteered to investigate. The first warden expects a report. Soon.
If we want proof the blight's changed, then this place is where to find it.
But the way the blight left the village, we've had our hands full just keeping it back and helping the sick.
You need more to study?
Yes. The odd growths the blight has formed, like boils, they surround Lavendel. I need more samples.
So you two study the blight?
Formally? No. Well, maybe. It depends on your definition.
We travel a lot, and tend to get sidetracked by weird problems.
Who knew I'd roam so far from Orlais? If we want to help, we need to learn what we're dealing with.
Samples. That's gonna be... gross? That's probably the best word for it.
I'll give you something to contain the blight. And watch for Darkspawn out there.
Right. Darkspawn. Can't forget them.
Good luck.
Need something? Good day.
All right, let's find those boil samples. Looks like there's caves on the
You've been to the farmlands? There's a family, Voss. I'm close with them, with Ursa. They spoke of the Blight. Blight, before all of this happened. They knew. But if they knew, why aren't they here?
If I find anything, I'll let you know. Lavendel Village. Whatever happened here looks like Demeter's Crossing.
And yet, life remains.
Are you all right?
Are you here to help Lavendel? I'm Bastion. There's more out there than Blight. You must be careful.
Of what?
I heard something from up at Gaspin Manor while I was escaping here. The place has been abandoned for years. They say the Lord had some cursed treasure. One day he just disappeared. Could the Blight awaken a curse? If it draws evil here, the treasure's up there somewhere. It should have been destroyed.
I wouldn't be surprised if damage from the Blight stirred something up.
Grab the treasure, break whatever curse is on it. Done.
There. That's our Blight boils. Got a sample. I'm guessing they'll need more than one.
Multiple samples improve the accuracy of any study. Unpleasant though the gathering process may be.
Fine.
Spectacular rook!
Got the sample.
Ugh. I understand that your mother is quite the scholar, Tash.
Yep.
It must have been wonderful.
Darkspawn. Everyone ready?
Oh yes, thank you.
Got it.
If the gods spread light, imagine the entire world remade like these in pacification. Trouble over there.
Digging over the same areas. What was he searching for?
Stupid way to dig if you really want to find something. Here comes trouble.
This echo made promises and then... Do you think it took them all? Or... a well?
Well.
An echo?
Echo.
Echo!
Echo.
That's not my voice.
Not your voice.
Who are you?
Are you?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Ready for a fight?
This was farmland.
And houses. People used to live here.
Check out the ballista. Could be useful.
Nice.
We need to stop it. Signs of a family that disappeared.
They might have left more behind.
Whatever this echo was in the well, I think it possessed them. The more people go near it, the more it gets in their minds.
It didn't want the people to leave. It fed off the cycle of their routines.
That journal mentioned clearing boards from the well. It was sealed away once. Whatever's down there, whatever you did to those people, I won't let you do it again. We're sealing the well.
Sealing.
It's done. No more echo.
For now.
The Voss family? Did you find anything?
There was something in the well. It, got to them.
But we aren't supposed to listen. Stories. But it was sealed.
We sealed it again.
When it's safe to go back, I'll bury it even deeper for Ursa. Thank you for letting me know.
Fantastic rope! They're attacking from afar!
It's down.
That's the last one.
And another sample.
That must be enough for an analysis.
Yeah. Let's get back to Evka and Antoine.
I understand that your mother is quite the scholar, Tash.
Yep.
It must have been wonderful growing up learning from her.
Yeah, it was great.
Planetary barrier crystals. Whoever came this way didn't want to be followed.
Recently placed, if I'm not mistaken.
What are they doing in the Hosberg wetlands? What's that sound?
I'm not sure. But we should stay alert.
This is the cursed manor. Let's see what it's like.
Richter belongs to the Venatori.
We've company.
Lord Gaspin's treasure, but look at this place. It's really still here?
Inside.
What was that?
There's another being within the manor's walls.
The manor is supposed to be cursed.
Clear out!
Lies. Anyone else suddenly thinking about
a cellar? The longer we're here, the more this being craves our attention.
the cellar?
Stay on guard.
We've got to... Research notes. This man wanted Lord Gaspin's treasure to impress Elganon.
fixation, an all-consuming obsession.
Como se desconectó un poco, vulnerable. ¡Ah! ¡Uf! ¡Ah! Tú. Ya se mareó. Ya se maró. Oh, no manches. Ya se maró en vez de ya se mató, en vez de ya se murió. Colmillo viridiano. Dragones que sufren provocación sufren. Ok. Uf. La puerta todos estos días, tantos meses solo para esto. Hicimos un trato. Tenemos lo que queremos. Vamos, no voy a sellar el camino. No puedo.
This writing is old. If it was Lord Gaspin, whatever he thought was back here, it wasn't enough. He found a demon, or became the one we met. If the demon was the curse, at least we've kept it away from Lavendel. Once we're done, we can let Bastian know.
Garra de grifo. 8 desgaste. No. Pues es que ya se supone que en teoría derrota al Ladit, investiga los sucesos, habla con... ya le puedo decir. Ya le puedo decir que todo está bien. A ver. Vamos a hablar con el tipo este.
Rook. Always good to see people return. Means they're still alive.
We went up to Gaspin Manor.
You did? And the curse? Was it... Did the blight wake it?
Less the blight and more like some Venatori. There was a demon haunting the manor. We stopped it.
Huh. Well, we all knew something wasn't right. And thank you. There's one less evil to worry about.
Ok. ¿Y qué me gané o qué? Nada. Y ahora dice que aquí habla con... Ok. A ver, vamos a hablar con estos tipos. Que fueron los que me mandaron a investigar en primer lugar. Que no manches, tengo que darle toda la vuelta. No, este ya le compré aquí.
Antoine? Antoine!
Yes? Yes, the blight samples. They're like nothing we've seen, or anything in the Warden records. And I almost hear voices in it. The gods calling the blight.
I can't hear anything. But if you believe me...
We knew things were bad. But if the blight's being called, the situation's more unpredictable than we thought. We need to...
I give you two Rain, and this is where it leads. Chasing Rook's lies.
First Warden,
Stay away from the Blight and the Wardens. How many times must you be told?
Oh, este tipo no me cae para nada bien.
Do you know what happens when reality throws rules out the window? I do. You adapt your plans or you die.
Save the speech for your friends in Arlethan.
Rook knew something was wrong.
I can hear it in the samples. The gods. She's telling the truth. The Blight has changed. And that changes everything.
It changes nothing. Your sensitivity to Blight is useful, Warden Antoine. But you've had more than one snake in your ear.
He's trying to help.
Enough! You tampered with a ritual that unleashed Blight. You did not know what you were doing then, and you don't now.
If gods control the Blight, we need to change how we approach it.
Archdemons control Blight, and we'd sense if one had risen. We'd make the sacrifices needed to fight it.
But we...
The Blight has increased. Now is not the time to lose focus. Wardens Evka and Antoine, are you sworn to combat the Blight?
Yes, but...
Then report back to Weisshaupt and do so.
That went poorly, even for a talk with him.
Are talks with him ever pleasant?
We talked about the rain once. It was neutral.
So much for convincing the Wardens.
We can't give you the order, but you have us.
We'll keep tracking the Darkspawn and the Blight. We'll do what we can.
And if we learn the gods' plans, you will too.
The elven god of monsters had been hard at work. She'd taken the Darkspawn and made them so much worse. Now, she and Elgar...
La música, bien acá, bien intensa. El diseño de la diosa se ve bastante bueno. Antoine y Evka intentaron convencer al primer guarda de que la ruina ha cambiado y que las deidades tienen la culpa. Pero esto no quería sus palabras, pese a que no consiguieron lo que querían, no van a cejar en su empeño, y aunque se les ordenó regresar a Weisshaupt, Antoine y Evka prometieron seguir investigando la ruina y avisar si descubrían alguna novedad. Nivel 23.
Head back to the lighthouse for a bit.
Al llevar una armadura, derrotar a un enemigo alcanzando su punto débil otorga armas necróticas. Ok, camaradas. Dabri, nivel 3. Ah, ya se ve bien acá. Atacarme 50 de daño. No. Ya se ve bien pesado el vato. Nivel 3. El espíritu esquelético invocado inflige daño por segunda vez. Está bien. 3. 4. Ella la voy a aguantar todavía un rato. Lucanis 3, Nev 4 también, y Atash también la voy a aguantar un rato. Quiero llevarme a ellos dos, la verdad. Personaje 80 mediana, atavío de persecución, 42 daño de técnica. No. 25, no, tampoco. No me interesa. Tampoco me interesa. No. Y ya ese era todo el que traía, ¿no? Mapa. Misiones. Un cambio en el viento. Al equipo le llegan rumores de una nueva amenaza formada por engendros tenerosos. Vuelve al faro. Ay, me salí. ¿Qué tenían que decir estos?
He agrees to meet for a report, then he all but calls you a liar.
You need to head back to Weisshaupt.
Soon. We can risk a small delay before we're missed.
We'll continue helping here for a while, and help you on the way if we can.
Bueno. Vamos al faro. Y a ver qué podemos hacer por acá.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weisshaupt. Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling wardens back from all of the theaters is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
Que los acompañan a arco.
How long do we have?
A day, a week? Darkspawn are charging through the deep roads. Makes it hard to get an accurate idea of where they are. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solas. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
Talk to Solas. Nueva misión, el asedio de Weisshaupt. Abre el diario. Oh, esta se ve que va a estar buena. Prepárate para Weisshaupt. Habla con Solas. El Garnan y Gilnain marchan con su ejército de engendros tenerosos a Weisshaupt, lo que le brinda al equipo una oportunidad para destruirlos. ¿Dónde es? Puerta de las Esperanzas Marchitas. La encrucijada. Bueno, vamos a hablar con el equipo. Todos quieren hablar conmigo en estos momentos. Todos tienen algo que decir. Bueno, a ver, vamos a hablar con ellos. ¡Hala! Ya hizo bastantes adecuaciones aquí. ¿De dónde salió esta escalera que no había? No, pues interesante. Sí debo de poder.
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. I'd like to show you its more peaceful side.
¿Sabes? Es peculiar el momento en el cual meten como que estas opciones de platicar con el resto de los integrantes, y que por ejemplo me acaban de dar una misión con que no me acuerdo cómo se llama, para que me muestre los lugares más pacíficos de la necrópolis. Cuando hacia Weisshaupt está marchando un ejército de engendros y de demonios liderados por los dioses oscuros élficos, no hay tiempo para eso.
Hey, glad you stopped by. I was gonna grab drinks with the Lords of Fortune at the Hilt. Come along if you want. Get to know the Lords.
Sounds good.
¿Ves? O sea, ¿por qué me están dando este tipo de misiones cuando cuando tenemos una misión donde el tiempo corre? Pero bueno, digo, vamos a agarrarlas.
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaper didn't like me asking about Shaper Valta, or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
Damn, that's a disappointment.
Well, I'm not gonna find my answers in Orzammar. My contacts had no idea what I was talking about.
So, what now?
I was thinking. The voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Eh?
There is another great tide, the original capital of the dwarves, Kalsharak. It was lost during the First Blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're close to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
Tú nada que perder más. ¿Y si Orzammar miente?
Are you sure Orzammar isn't hiding something?
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important. If Kalsharak doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
I'm curious about Kalsharak's isolation.
The dwarves took heavy losses during the First Blight. To stop the Darkspawn from overrunning them, they closed off passages in the deep roads. Those that could retreated to Orzammar. Kalsharak was lost. They abandoned the city and its people, sealed them away with the Darkspawn.
O sea, ¿cómo? ¡Hala!
There must have been another way. What they did was monstrous.
Can you imagine being trapped, knowing death was coming?
Ok, entonces, ¿qué hacemos?
How do we get in touch with these Kalsharak dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
Otra misión, la roca espera. Destino disponible, camino a las profundidades. Ok. A ver, vamos a hablar con el resto.
You seem at home here. Or is it a front? You know something I don't? So much for a straight answer.
Nev, you don't strike me as an animal person. Well, besides cats, maybe.
Oh, I'm not. Back home, you find a creature bigger than a cat, and it's probably half demonic. Damned if a third of the cats aren't either.
I'm not surprised. In Arlathan, something can be small, fluffy, and the most dangerous creature you'll ever meet.
Can't doubt you there.
What do you think, Hassan? Is that like you?
Pía con duda.
All the nonsense we've run into. You're what's strange.
Hassan? Really?
There's been a god or two I didn't expect. But bad mages trying to make the world worse, that's not new. I had an uncle who went on about wardens and griffins. Loved the feathered things. They were always the heroes. If we're getting bedtime stories turned real, having griffins in the world again, it's not the one I'd have bet on.
Were you close with your uncle?
I didn't see him much, but yeah, we were. There aren't a lot of mages in my family, and in a city like Minrathous, it always matters. I learned quick who wanted to use me to step up the social ladder. My uncle wasn't one of them. He'd have talked your ear right off, Hassan.
Hassan también me sorprendió. Qué mona eres con Hassan. Te gustan los finales felices. Es una señal de buena suerte. Hassan también me sorprendió.
When you talk about Hassan like that, he's pretty amazing.
Then we better keep you safe.
Grazna con duda y lo normal.
Sing your praises and you still want something. I'll find you a treat if you don't tell Davrin. Have we got a deal?
Puedes contar, ¿sabes qué, Neb? ¿Sabes qué? Me gusta Neb. Le gustas. Puedes contar con ella.
You want someone at your back besides Davrin? It's her. I wouldn't cross her.
Listen up. If Davrin finds crumbs, Rook takes the fall.
Oh, I see how it is.
Sí le añaden un poquito de, digamos, pues como que saborcito a estas conversaciones y así, pero pues supongo que esas opciones extras se me han habilitado por la cercanía que tengo con ellos.
Well, it's all as you left it.
Close enough. I think the caretaker's been tidying up. Rook, now's not the best time to chat. Let's talk later.
Later then.
Ok. Por alguna razón, siento que aquí en este espacio que él tiene me sentiría como en casa. Como que bien escondido y bien así. Es que se ve muy acogedor. Bueno, ahora sí vamos a hablar con Solas. A ver qué tiene para nosotros.
How fares your battle?
The gods are moving against Weisshaupt and the Grey Wardens. We've heard rumors the Darkspawn are being led by an archdemon.
And you have questions?
I need to know how archdemons relate to the gods. Are they just like the blighted dragons, or are they something else? I also need to know how to deal with the gods if they show up at Weisshaupt.
I propose a bargain. I will answer your question if you answer mine.
What?
How are the Grey Wardens? Do they understand the truth of the danger yet?
We've been through this already. You agreed to help me.
What did you think my help would look like, Rook? I need to know that you are prepared.
I've gotten a few of them to come around.
A few of them?
We've even got a Grey Warden on the team now. Davrin.
But the Grey Wardens as a whole still do not trust you yet, as I feared.
We're making progress.
When I asked you why you should be trusted to lead the fight, you said you were no stranger to fighting stronger opponents. That sufficed for me. But the Grey Wardens fight Darkspawn and Archdemons, foes no one else can stand against. They see themselves as the best prepared for this battle. You cannot defeat Elganan and Gillenane without the Wardens. What will you do to bring them to your side?
Seguiré hablándoles que lo intenten a su manera. Necesito al primer guarda. ¿Seguiré hablando?
All I can really do is keep trying to get through to them.
Have you ever ridden home in a wagon and felt the streets go from paved to dirt beneath the wheels? The horse is slow, and everything grows quiet as you're near home. What do you call that feeling?
I don't really have a word for it.
No, you do not. Elganan destroyed that emotion. He burned it from the mind of every living
caray.
man. There were spirits of that feeling, just as there are spirits of joy, or fear, or despair. I begged them to fight.
What happened to them?
They waited too long. Without the emotion in this world to focus on, they faded until nothing remained. When you grow quiet, it is a part of your soul reaching for a feeling and finding emptiness. Because I failed.
I understand. I'm not going to fail.
How? What will you do?
Te has comprometido a hacer todo lo posible por tener la ayuda de los guardas.
Easily said. But it will have to be enough for now. You have answered my question, and I owe you an answer in return.
Yes. The old gods of Tevinter, the archdemons.
There never were Tevinter gods. The archdemons, as you call them, were always merely the weapons of the Evanuris.
All right. Let's hope we can find the gods before they find their weapons.
Unfortunately, the Dragon Thrall's life force is bound to the Evanurus as both power and protection. You will not be able to kill or likely even harm one of the Evanurus until their Dragon Thrall is slain.
Con su siervo dragón, sin acabar antes con su siervo dragón. Ok, háblame de los archidemonios.
What can you tell me about the archdemons themselves?
Each is different, shaped by the whims and ego of its master. Elganon is the Lord of Tyranny. He would have ruled alone had Mathor not forced him to share power. Those who are strong, he molds into dictators themselves, with visions of godhood. Those who are weak, he crushes. His archdemon reflects him. It is huge, to feed his ego, the epitome of dragonkind, bent to his will.
Suena fatal.
Elganon sounds legitimately terrible.
He is cruelty and arrogance personified. All of the Evanurus were flawed, but he made all of them worse. By contrast, Gillenane was a servant of Andrul, whose skill at making monsters earned her promotion to the Evanurus. She is brilliant, ambitious, and unconstrained by anything you would understand as morality. In a kinder world, you would never need to see what she has done to her archdemon. In this world, I only hope you kill it quickly. In any event, the Evanurus will not be vulnerable until their archdemons are dead.
Ok, entonces primero tengo que matar a los archidemonios para poder matar a los dioses.
The old stories of the Tevinter gods have them whispering in the dreams of ancient magisters. How did they do that? If they were just tools of the elven gods?
The archdemons were once high dragons. The Evanurus bound them as a source of power. When I imprisoned the gods, their dragons remained free. That was my mistake.
How so?
I never bound a dragon to myself, for I believed that to enslave another creature was immoral. As such, I did not understand the power that connection gave. I thought the prison I had made was perfect. But their dragons were the conduit through which they spoke to dreaming minds.
O sea, entonces uno de sus más grandes errores fue no haber encerrado a los dioses. No haber encerrado a los dioses junto con los dragones, porque en este caso los dragones quedaron fuera y pudieron seguir, digamos, existiendo en el mundo, ¿no? Y ahora ese es el problema que tenemos, que necesitamos destruir primero a esos y luego los dragones.
Any other surprises we should know about?
Even with their dragons dead, the Evanurus are powerful and well protected. You will need to use my dagger, the one you recovered. It can pierce their enchantments and strike them down.
All right. Kill the archdemons, then use the dagger to take down the gods.
Even a single opportunity to strike the Evanurus down will be rare, fleeting, and costly. You will not have another chance to catch them unawares. When you strike, you must be fully prepared.
Okay. Destino disponible, Weisshaupt. Accede a Weisshaupt, usa el mapa o el faro para llegar a Weisshaupt. La encrucijada, ¿qué es esto? Harding, misión, la roca de la espera. Tras recibir la noticia de que los dioses marchan hacia Weisshaupt, el equipo decide aprovechar la oportunidad para destruirlos. Usa el mapa o el Eluvian. Darwin debe participar en la misión del asedio de Weisshaupt. Detona los objetivos sobre la habilidad, detona los objetivos con desgarro. Sí, claramente ellos dos van a ser los que van a venir conmigo. Pero no sé si inmediatamente empieza la misión o es como que, bueno, llego ahí y tengo que iniciarla. porque yo creo que ahí le vamos a parar por ahora. Espero que se la hayan pasado muy bien, espero que hayan disfrutado de la transmisión. Recuerden, pues voy a estar transmitiendo, tratar de estar transmitiendo o estar transmitiendo a las 8 horas central de México. Entonces, pues nada, espero que la pasen bien, espero que descansen, cuídense mucho, que tengan un excelente día mañana y pues espero que les haya parecido entretenido esta transmisión. Y sin más, pues por ahí déjenme sus comentarios, déjenme sus mensajes para saber cómo les va, qué tal les está yendo y demás. Así que nos estamos viendo en la próxima transmisión video o escuchando. Cuídense mucho, pásenla bien. Hasta luego. Bye.